Gentlemen, welcome back. Today's little video is a tool review. Now I picked up this little ammo can compressor the other day. I haven't used it yet, so I thought let's do an unboxing and see what's inside. It's branded Auto Gear. It is a brand for AutoZone in South Africa. And it's all made in China. I think they get, as you can see, they're made in China. I think this gets made in China by the millions every day. So I thought let's pick one up and see what's inside. It's sold as a 12-volt compressor. Power supply 168 watts. Now that, if you take the watts divided by the volts, you get about 14 amps, which makes about sense. But this is fairly high, so we'll see what we can get out of it. Cylinder diameter 30 millimeters, 150 psi max pressure. Airflow is 35 liters per minute. But normally on the small compressors, this is measured at ambient pressure. So the higher the pressure goes, the less it becomes. So this might be slow, we'll see. If I look at the duty cycle of 40 minutes, it's probably going to be slow. But nonetheless, I think I'm not going to use it that much. I'm going to chuck it in the back of the truck when we go off-roading. So if I air down the tires, I'll have something to get them back up to pressure once we get to the tar again. So let's get it unboxed and see what's inside. Standard metal ammo can, nothing fancy, nothing funny. There we go. If we go to this is actually nice. You get the sticker with the Auto Gear on the inside. So it's not just the outside packaging, they actually open it up and put a sticker in there for you. Same story, just all the spec there. User at own risk, owner manual, blah 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 blah. This is a little compressor. It's actually quite small if you think the compressor is behind this little portion here. So but we'll get to that a bit later on. It comes with, I think it's 3 meter hose, 5 meter rubber hose, so you can reach everywhere on it. Got a little air chuck on there, and then a quick connector that fits onto that fitting there. The hose actually does not look that bad. Nice soft hose. I think this is actually not bad at all. We'll see how it goes. Okay, then we've got the cable. It's got 3 meters of cable. They call 3.15 meters of cable. Looks about right. Yeah, wait, I'll give it to them. But a nice soft cable, not the best cable. If you look at it, it actually shows some memory there. Not the best cable, but we'll see how it goes. I honestly think that it looks like 0.5 square mil cable by the looks of it. A little piece of rubber twin flex, whatever you want to call it. I think this is going to get hot. At 14 amps, this thing is going to get shit hot. Well, maybe not shit hot, but depends on how long you use it. But I've got my concerns on this, but we'll check it. And then a normal light plug with a little fuse in front. Come on. Now the fuse is a 250 volt 20 amp fuse. Okay, so it's got a 20 amp fuse. So, but we'll test it. Nothing fancy, nothing funny. Then it's got a little piece of, a little sachet of silica gel in there, just to keep everything dry. And then we've got some owner's manual as well as some fittings. Now the fittings coming along with it. Is one of these tire pressure gauges that mechanical tire pressure gauge. It's not a bourbon tube or anything that just sticks out here at the end. We'll test it. I like these because you don't need batteries or anything for it. And then there is spare fuses and air mattress fittings, etc, etc, etc. So and the little fitting to inflate your soccer ball. So that's that. So I think what I'm going to do is let's get this thing open. Let's see what's inside. I'm just going to turn it around this way so I can get to the little Allen cap screws. 3 of them on the side here. Go. And they've got a little plastic. Come on, focus. There we go. So they've got a little plastic grommet on there as well, just to, I don't know, prevent the paint from coming off, I guess. There we go. Now the compressor should come off. Ah, and there we go. If I remove this one, we can actually take the little housing out as well, but I don't think I'm going to do that just now. I think we'll be able to see what's cooking in here. Fairly beefy motor, I must say. I think the 14 amps might be correct. Just little stake-on connectors, crimp-on connectors. Little 12 volt DC motor. It looks like permanent magnet motor. Yeah. Yep, permanent magnet motor going into the little compressor head. Now there's a 30mm piston in there, and that feeds through into this little block of aluminium on this side. Going through, got the pressure gauge on that side, and then you've got an overpressure relief valve on this side. And I guess there's a non-return valve in the compressor head. A little reed valve that opens and closes so that you can actually get the air flowing. Normal little positive engagement switch there, and I think that's about that. I'm gonna chuck it together and let's go. And and it's got some little rubber feet here at the bottom. I don't know how that's gonna go down, but we'll see. I'm gonna put it together. Let's go and inflate one of the truck tires and see how long it takes. Alright guys, this tire is actually deflated down to 1.2 bar, about I'd say 15 psi, somewhere thereabouts. I'm gonna have the bucky running and time it and see what we can get to. Don't know if you guys will be able to hear me, so I might voice over this one. As you can see there, I'm standing on about, what's that, 15 psi? Yeah, around about thereabouts. So let's start it up and see how quickly we can go. Alright, so there we go. As you can see, just under 5 minutes to inflate one tire, which is fairly slow. I mean, if you take all 4, it's going to take you about 20 minutes to get everything up to speed again. But nonetheless, I think for what I needed, it actually does do the job. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly have a look at the thermal camera and see what we can see there. Okay, so there you can see the first section of the compressor is actually quite hot. Going up with the casing outside about 30 plus degrees. First section of hose where the hot air goes in, and let's see here on this side if we can actually make out. Yeah, there you can see the cable actually starting to get hot. So we'll definitely have a look at it. I am going to have a look at this once we've got the other side, the front tire inflated as well, and I'll get back on this video with the thermal. There we go. Now it was running for a bit, so I think that's where the time difference comes in. But let's have a look at the thermal again. Gentlemen, as you can see there, the compressor shows much hotter than previously, or at the outside casing almost 45 degrees. The cable, however, is still fairly cold. It's a little bit, you can feel it's not ambient, but it's not that bad. So I think for now I'm going to leave the cable. I was thinking of maybe putting a thicker 2.5 square mil cable on, but at this stage I'm not going to do it. Gentlemen, and there we have it, our little ammo can compressor. To be honest with you, it is as slow as cancer. If you are in any way going to use this every day on a daily use or even a weekly use, I'd say get something better, get something faster. But for what I'm going to do with it, just chuck it in the back of the truck when we go off-roading every once in a while. This is better than good for me. So I think it's with my while in any case, but I can see other guys. For some other people it'll definitely be too slow, and especially if you've got a project car with big wheels on. So if you've made it thus far, thanks for watching. As always, please rate, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay safe.